Welcome to our channel. I'm really glad you're here. I'm Mike with Zippy Snap, and I hope we can craft a kinder, more creative world together. Today we're going to make this rolling X. It says, time rolls by with a Rolex. Kind of not the watch, but a rolling X. It's a joke. So we're gonna make the box and the rolling X. This is particularly helpful if you're trying to give someone a timepiece that's just a joke. On the difficulty meter, I'd give this a 3 out of 5. This means that this is a medium craft. You can download this craft template from zippysnap.com. The tools we're going to be using today are scissors and tape. So with those tools nearby, let's get to crafting. So this is actually only a one-page craft. Super easy for medium craft is what I would say, but it is a joke. If you're not familiar with a Rolex, it's a high-end watch. So if you told someone you know, hey, I got you a Rolex, they'd be like, wow, and they give them this box, they'll say, it's a rolling X. It's an X that rolls. Okay, it's a joke. Maybe it was funny to you, maybe it wasn't, but we'll start by cutting out this box. So we're gonna cut the box just by cutting the edges. You can there's a white line. There's white lines in there. Those are going to be our fold lines for this box. But we got to start with the box because we want to hide the rolling X, because you can say the Rolex is in the box. So we just cut there. There's also an optional completion badge. You're always feel free to cut that out, keep it. It's just a memento or something you can keep that says, hey, I did this craft, so that you have a reminder. It has a photo of the craft, so if you ever wonder what it's supposed to look like the craft is supposed to look like, it's a photograph right there of what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. So we're just cutting this out. This is a fun, lighthearted gift. And it goes really well when you tell someone, hey, I got you a Rolex. And they say, what do you mean a Rolex? It's a rolling X. They think, where did you get all this money? They're very high-end watches, very good. But this is just a rolling X. So we cut that out, and we'll go ahead and set the rest of the craft aside. So there's white lines here, there, and all these edges. So I like to start with the farthest box and fold. And the trick to this is you can fold it to where you cut. It is about right where it is, and line it up with the white edge. And then we'll do another fold like that. And then unfold it. If you fold something once, it's easy to refold it. That's why I fold and unfold. You'll see a lot of that is I'm just making the crease lines, so the next time I fold it, it will be where I want it to be. And then this is the top of our box. And the top of our box has this little lip right here with a little white line, and we're just gonna fold it like that. So we're gonna get some tape, and we're gonna start putting this box together. I'm gonna start on the farthest side and just put a piece of tape here, and we're going to want to join these two sides. Sometimes you can just bring these together and then pinch them like that. And we'll do the same to this other side. It's just easy if you can pinch them when they're flat against each other. It lines up a lot easier than trying to get it while they're not flat against each other. And then we'll do this side too. We'll go ahead and tape this other edge. I was just getting tape happy. And there's no mistakes. Mine's now just going to have a little bit more character. But yeah, there's our box. So you can now open the box and close the box. So we have our little box. And you don't have to tape the box closed unless you want to, but that's how it will look. So now let's do our rolling X. So I'm going to start with the easy part, which is actually cutting out just the straightaway portion. So we'll just cut straight. And it even says rolling X in case someone didn't quite understand why you said you got a rolling X. It's a rolling X. You can roll the X. And this will be the width side of our project between the two X's. And then we have two X's. And I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of some of this extra. Just hard. It's hard to cut. Sometimes I'm going to cut these two between the two. So with the circle, I like to use the very top part of my scissor and just do very small cuts while turning it with my other hand. It gives you a little bit more control than you have otherwise. and it makes it look a little bit more like a circle because scissors cut in a straight line and you're trying to make a circle. So it can be a little difficult, especially if you're doing really big cuts, unless you're very good at turning and cutting, which I'm not the best at that. It's just, it takes a little bit of effort, a lot of attention. So we now have 2 X's, and then what we're going to do, so this is a little bit of a hard one, is we're going to just put a piece of tape on the X. It's kind of a small piece of tape, and then we're going to put a piece of tape kind of like that right there. And I'm going to go ahead and do it on, we're going to just then bend it, kind of like a fold, and we're going to just continue. So I'm going to put another piece of tape there, and I'm kind of making it, it's going to be almost like a wheel. I don't know if that makes sense. So we're just kind of putting the pieces of tape every so often, and then rolling this backside here against it and just pushing that tape down on it. So again, we'll put a piece of tape there. You see I'm just turning it. And it's okay to have some space. It's not going to be perfect. It's a joke. And then when you get to the end here, instead of putting it here, we're going to put it onto the rolling X edge and bring that together like that. So now you have, see, it rolls. But we're going to do the other side now. So we're going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to start with the piece of tape on the X like that. And then I kind of want to line these up so they're about the same, you know, they're both facing up. So we'll do that point. Oh, and that made it really hard. So you got to be careful when you pinch that. So I'm going to hold it from behind now. And we'll do like that. Put another piece of tape right here. And I'm putting my finger behind the rolling X sidewall and just pushing that in so that I don't accidentally push that image in there like you saw I did a moment ago. But now my fingers are too big, so we're just going to tap it. Tap the X tape. Don't push too hard or you'll break your rolling X. And now you have a rolling X. So you can put that right here in your box like that. Close it up. And you can say, hey, time rolls by with a Rolex. Open your box up, pull out your rolling X, and roll it away. So this is a really fun craft. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. I hope it brought you joy and helped your creativity grow. Always remember that you matter and you are valued. I look forward to creating our next craft together very soon. Goodbye.